Well, that's the mute button. What's the other button? What's next? This one. There you go. Oh, silly phone. No, I don't need to. It was reminding me to call to see if I'm on jury duty, but that's over with. And now Alexa wants to speak up. Cancel. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good Saturday morning to you. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. I guess in some places of the world, would it even be Sunday morning already? I think so. So I think I've caught up pretty well in chat. Been saying hello to people. Good to see you. Well, let's see, there's William Dawson. I don't think I said hello to you yet. I just saw you in there. And some chit chat going back and forth. So I'm going to open the Zoom session pretty quick here. Now let's just go ahead and do that now. Turn off the waiting room, which means you can just come right in. I don't think there's anybody in the waiting room. No, there isn't. And I guess we got some things to report on or catch up on. I don't have a big list to talk about. We're going to be very much more ready for whatever topics you might be bringing to the session today. There's Catherine Anna Hauserman, hello. Hi, and Matthew Barnes, Kenny Whitten, Speedy C, and the ones that I didn't just mention, I've already said hello to in chat. All right, so there's another box behind me. Have you noticed that yet? There's the Big Beast build, and there is DSO, and my letters. DSO stands for Digital Systems Online. That's who I bought it from, and it has a etching of my Cessna on the side panel there. So I brought that in during this last week. Let's see, what else do we got to say? Jeff Ryman. Let's see. Zoom is telling me host is in another video. Oh, another chat. Maybe I opened the wrong one. Let me take a look at that. That's a possibility. I might have turned on the wrong meeting because I was in a meeting with a client earlier this morning, and I use a separate Zoom session for that. Yep, that's what I did. I'm going to end that one and then come into this one and probably be people there. Nope, actually it didn't let you in because I had another session going. That's it. So it's ready now. You can get in. There's Alex. Yeah, he also saw that other session going. And Ida. Okay, so I'm not reading the chat into the video, but I'm pretty well caught up. There's some people in the waiting room. Oh, I guess I went back to waiting room enabled, so I gotta go turn that off. Over on this one and turn off the waiting room and then let everybody in. And there are 4 of them. Now, let's see, I might, because I had to restart the Zoom session, this button might not work right. Let's see. So, yeah, I got to fix the Zoom meeting. You're seeing a black screen right now over YouTube. That'll be fixed in a moment. There it is.
Hi, Doug.
Hello. Oh, now there's an improvement. Hopefully it's an improvement for the audio, and I've got a story to tell about the fix for the audio that we were experiencing last week. And Catherine Anna Hauserman, it's another credit to you for that fix. So let's find out how the Zoom participants are sounding to people in the chat room. Can you guys say something, read your manifesto or whatever?
Doug.
Come on.
Good morning, everybody.
It looks like Robert fixed his issues.
Oh, and I see I've actually got my speakers set up wrong, so I'm not hearing them the way that I'm used to. All right, let's try this. See if that gets you over the right speakers. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
Okay, that's better sounding. Okay, I just heard somebody else say something. I'm not sure who that was or what. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. How are you, Doug?
I'm good, thank you. Darren Gilholm, this is a rare instance to have your live. I see your live image, your live body there.
Oh, I just put a new photo on there. Stop everyone else taking the mick out of it.
Oh, okay. So that's you in the background, right?
Right, it's up years ago.
Yeah, different shirt. And Catherine Houseman has just come in. Hello, Catherine.
Hello, Doc.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you. Well, good to see your name. All right, so in the chat room, let me know how are they sounding. And I know V is here, so you're my best reporter on that. Let's see, I'm gonna change over some screens here so I get this set up right, and then I'm gonna try bringing up this screen with picture-in-picture in the Zoom session. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the Zoom session. Picture-in-picture is not showing me the Zoom session. All right, why is that? Let's go click over here. The screen's gonna look a little weird for a minute. And I've got to go do,
I'll put it on a different one.
Let's see, I have the right scene there. I'm gonna remove that. Text stream and move that one and then bring it back in. Scene zoom. There it is.
So
down here. Are you trying to say
you
something?
were talking about the box. Yes?
Say what?
You were talking about the box.
The box.
Yes?
I was talking about the box.
in the chat room. You made a comment that your button.
I made a comment about my button.
Yeah, the button's on the box.
The button's on the box.
Maybe she's talking about that new. I'm sorry.
The button that
Somebody.
the control people.
All right. Well, what my comment earlier about a fix for something that we had trouble with last week that's being credited to Catherine, that has to do with my my Bluetooth headset, where I reported that I wasn't able to get it to work with the Big Beast build. I could get it to work with the Big Beast build except for Zoom. It wasn't working. It would work on other audio things, but not for that. So last week, Catherine came up with a solution for Alex's audio problem when he was connected to Josh through TeamViewer. The Zoom audio was messed up.
Doug, I had to update on that.
Oh, do you?
I didn't change that. I changed that setting to do nothing last week, like I said.
Yeah.
And it sometimes when I connect to TeamViewer, it'll lower the audio, but other times it won't. But that option is still set to do nothing in the sound and communication.
Okay. Well, for me, what happened is when I changed that setting to do nothing, this started working, and then I changed it back, and the symptom did not return. Meaning, it seems like changing it to do nothing kind of fixed a bug, and then when I returned it back to the setting, this still worked fine. And it wasn't just, let me finish. It wasn't just this, but remember the other problem that I was having is that the Zoom audio was being picked up by my Blue Yeti microphone through my speakers. So if I muted my Blue Yeti microphone so you guys don't hear me, then YouTube would no longer hear the Zoom meeting. Well, that change also fixed that. And when I undid the change, it still stayed fixed. Okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad I could help to fix your audio issues.
Thank you. And my point is, I don't think it was actually changing to the correct setting. I think changing that setting somehow fixed a bug in the Windows audio system, because when I change it back, it still works fine, which tells me that it doesn't really need to be set to do nothing for my purposes, and probably maybe for Alex's purpose. Now we need to test this. And
Maybe, yeah,
go ahead.
maybe the do nothing
Yeah.
puts in another setting and yeah, like resets it to default or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you choose another setting afterwards, it stays that way and it's fine.
I think it's something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
I had asked demeanor to give me an idea in chat how the audio is coming through for the Zoom people. I don't see any comment from him recently. Yeah, this hasn't scrolled past. Jonathan says sound good. Oh, we haven't actually called for a regular AVDW check. And where is my watch? I don't have my watch on my wrist. Oh, here it is. So it's on the table. And so somebody could check the DVR. And video, Tony says all good. Sounds good. Oh, I need to magnify this. And happy Saturday. Got that bloody picture. Audio good. Skipping from Tony. Buffering from Tony. Let's have a look at what the YouTube studio says. That is...
It's not buffering for me.
All right.
Oh, it wasn't buffering for me neither.
Okay, stream health.
Tony's PC?
Yeah.
Tony's connection?
Yeah, I'm thinking that may be it, because here this says stream health is good. So then bring these two back. Audio on Zoom has an echo from Dan the Man. All right, so I'm going to try my Bluetooth headset in a moment. Told you wanted a white horse, so leave him shoeless at this. Oh, okay, that's between those two. DVR good from Tony, sounds fine. Tony says it was him. Zvi says, give me some time to hear them all. Okay. And Tony has a modem issue. So I'll go ahead and switch over to this Bluetooth, and I did not pre-configure this, but I think this is pretty simple to do. I'll first get it connected and turn this guy on. It just said power on and pairing. And here's touch bone is paired. I'll show you that. So here's touch bone is paired. That's the name of this headset. Click on that and connect. Now my audio for the people in Zoom should be coming through my headset. So the Zoom session coming through should be coming through the computer connection and not through my microphone. Catherine, were you saying something?
Yes. Is it now working?
Say again?
Is it now working with the headset and the other audio?
Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's still coming through my speakers. You know what? I'll bet I need to change that in Zoom as well. I'll change my audio setting, my speaker setting on Zoom.
That's just what I was fixing to say.
All right. And switch to headset touch bone. All right, so now say something. Oh, I saw Josh's mouth move, but I didn't hear anything. I don't see anyone else's mouth moving. So no, there's Josh again. I don't hear anything. Oh boy. That is, I said speaker touch bone. Oh, there's a headset touch bone and there's a headphones touch bone. Try that. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, looks like that's the right choice, headphones, because headset touch bone did not work. Headphones touch bone does work. So now I'm hearing through here. So the audio for the people in Zoom may be coming over YouTube differently now. So we'll need to let them give it a little more, get a little more to hear. So another thing, something we have on tap for today is for me to get connected remotely to Josh's new computer. Josh has a new computer. Is that a smile? And that was clapping from Josh. He's got to be happy about that. So, and your webcam, yeah, awesome. So you're in the Zoom session now today with your new computer, right? Perfect, awesome. Some of the people that are in this community and in the chat room and very active on Ken Stout's live stream and Zoom sessions got together and they contributed money and parts so that Jim could put together a new computer for Josh. Oh, here it is. He's showing it to us. Let me pin that or highlight it, whatever that's called, spotlight for everyone to make it big. So there is the computer. It's in, I think, what was that called? The Corsair $200 case. Yeah, one of Kerry Holzman's regular staple cases that he likes. All right, great. I'm going to unpin that so you can relax. Yeah. Now I'm going to, let's see, I gotta why is that not giving, oh, remove spotlight in the upper left. There it is. And then I'll switch back to gallery view so we get everybody in there. All right, and Alex, are you connected remotely to Josh's computer? Whoops, I'm not hearing you, Alex. I heard other people. I'm not hearing Alex. There you go. All right. All right. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. Here, and I thought we had this fixed. Okay, so let's go try that sounds thing. I'll go there first and see if that'll fix it. So this is the thing that Catherine Hauserman discovered or brought to our attention last week on this sound app. But what I did is I right-clicked on the speaker in the bottom right corner of my screen that you couldn't see that in the notification area. I right-clicked on it and then chose something that's called open or sounds, just called sounds. And that gets into this interface. Then come over here on the communications and change this to do nothing and then click OK. So let's see if they hear you now. Chris, you want to go ahead and test it for us? All right, so Chris just said, can you hear now? And so we're waiting to see somebody in chat respond and let us know whether they heard Chris or not. All right, but Dan the Man and Zvi is still saying that they're not hearing you. So let me work some more on trying to fix that. How did there was some way that I tested that and figured Zoom was coming through. Let me bring Zoom up this way. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so now say something, somebody. Okay, so Chris Garrett just said something. Did anybody hear that in chat room? Because I have actually the Zoom taken up the full screen now. Does that change how the audio comes through? Nope, they're saying no. Oh, Ken Stout's here. Hello. So I get it that you're not hearing him. This is Zoom running on this computer. And this is the Zoom meeting in progress. Go for settings here. And I've already looked through all of these. Here's the settings that I get for the Zoom. Now you realize they're not hearing your chit chat between Chris and Alex right now over YouTube, right? So then there is nothing on there. So I'm going to go look at the Zoom speaker settings. Can I send the speaker of Zoom out to XSplit? No, that's not even a thing. Ooh. See, this is going out only to headphones. How do I get that to go out to XSplit? I'm thinking maybe here, maybe here, maybe here.
Doug, you would select your speaker as desktop audio in audio properties in OBS. You would send it to your headphones.
All right, let's go back and
Does that
try
make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Now I
Yeah.
know, I know
Right. Okay.
people watching on the video just
Alex, you got
heard
to
Alex.
do. I'll be back.
Wait for that to finish. Okay. People over YouTube just heard Alex, but that's because I had changed the same as system. So I got to go back to touchbone. And then Alex, what you said in OSB, is that what's called? OBS. You would. Okay. Okay. Well, again, they can't hear you, so I'm going to try to. Well, yeah, it was good when I turned back to my speakers away from my headset, and I explained that. But here's the settings for audio effects. So the microphone is my Yeti, noise gate, parametrics, and then I'll go on this screen. There's nothing for speakers. Here, this gear icon, and bring that over. That gives me this sound system default speakers. And what did you say you were choosing for default speakers, Alex? All right, so here it's the headphones touchbone sound system. So let's see how that does. Click OK. There, that goes away. All right, now speak up in the Zoom session.
Hello.
Give me more than hello, Alex. Oh,
How is everybody, Doug?
All right. So did anybody hear that after I just clicked? You saw me click OK. So after that, Alex talked a little bit. Ken Stout, is this a Ken Stout live production? Well, Ken Stout is my production manager. So yeah, anything that goes wrong will be blaming on him. Nick Tao, OSUND working? Now is good. See, now is good. So excited to give me a response here that there's some typos going on. I think that was supposed to be sound is working. So the S and the O backwards. And Zavi, you just retracted his typo before I could, before we could laugh together.
1 point for Alex, 0 for Doug.
So it sounds like it worked. So that's a point for Alex. You came up with the fix on that. And that was to change the speaker output for XSplit to be the headset. That makes sense. How often it is we find the solution for a problem and then say, oh, now it makes sense. That's a thing. Yeah, Jonathan works now. Yeah, audio's good. Okay, and After Javi hears this a little bit, because he's got a very discerning ear about audio, I think. I want you to say, is this better than the old way? Speedy C audio good now. All right, so Alex, I had asked, are you connected to Josh's computer remotely? So the reason for that is because that makes it a little bit easier to establish my remote connection to Josh's computer. Let's see, state audio good. Yep, we're all caught up on that. So let's go look at getting me connected to Josh's new computer. I'll switch over here to Baby Beast. And we'll put in a name for Josh. So Alex, on Josh's computer, can you go to the website
Yes, I'm already there.
123.com? You ready for a 6-digit code?
Yes, sir.
847313. Javi says he needs to hear Catherine before giving his final score on the audio. Catherine.
Why? Because I'm extra loud or I'm extra clear or...
I'm guessing that actually from my end, your sound comes in a little bit more... I'm gonna wait here while Josh deals with that. Actually, we could. Okay, he's through that. So, Catherine, your audio comes through a little more hollow room sounding than any of the others, and I'm guessing that might be that you're a little distance from your microphone.
I'm not. I may have, I don't know, 50 centimeters.
Yeah, whatever it is, I do think your audio is a little bit different than the others, and that might be a reason why Javi wants to hear you. So here we're getting connected to Josh's computer. And that's a pretty big picture-in-picture, but I'll leave that for now. Oh, Javi says excellent sound. Oh, good. Yeah, okay. After hearing you, Catherine, he likes it.
Okay, Doug, I'll leave you to it now.
All right, very good. So we're connected remotely to Josh's computer here. I'm going to come up here to unattended access and click indefinitely and click request unattended access. And I'll come back to customer desktop and I can click this OK button. And then it gives a message down here in the bottom right corner, unattended access to this computer has been enabled. So that's how a person has security. I'll turn off the picture-in-picture here for a moment. Did that not turn off picture-in-picture? Oh, no, I did that on the wrong button. This one turns off picture-in-picture. Well, that does a weird thing for the CPU statistics. Oh, no? Oh, that's because Zoom is open on Josh's and minimized. Okay, I think. And then I'll do another item here. I'll come to calling card and install calling card. And I'll switch back to Josh's computer and click OK for the calling card. And then I'm going to minimize his web browser. Let's just minimize everything that's open with Windows key and the letter D. Minimizes everything. So then that put an icon on the desktop. DougBetts remote somewhere.
It's right there by the team viewer icon.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. So this is a way a person could initiate a remote connection if they don't have an unattended access set up. So if I'm not able to connect to their computer unattended, they can click on this DougBetts remote to initiate a connection from their side. And then because we do have the unattended remote enabled, that puts an icon down here in the bottom right corner of his screen where I'm moving the mouse a little bit. this white plus sign inside of a blue dot has a white circle around it and has a picture, head and shoulders picture of a little avatar. And when I'm connected, it shows the avatar. When I'm not actually connected, the avatar goes away. So this gives a person full understanding and awareness that I am connected to their computer. So I think that's all we need to set up on Josh's computer for the moment. Going back to the Zoom room, I see there's a new face in there. It's not a motion thing, so I think it's just a photo of Ken Stout's face.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's moving.
I just wanted to check my audio since I'm in charge of the audio now.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's fixed now, that means you get the credit as well as Alex, doesn't it?
No, I'm not taking credit for anything. I just wanted to see how the audio sounds. This is a new camera.
Oh, you have a new camera. So, Javiv, perhaps you could comment specifically on Ken's audio. Let's go.
I'm about 3 feet away from the microphone, so
All right.
kind of relaxed right now.
Let's see that in. There we go. And so we're seeing excellent sound and blackwash. Gosh, I did not know Doug's audio has to be ISO 9020 certified in so many countries. Yes, it does. That is a recent legislation passed by Congress, I believe. Specifically for my show.
Yeah, specifically for you, but they need to include the other 4 Dougs as well.
Oh, yeah, I think it did. I think it had a
He sounds like
S.
Blood Baron.
I think it said Doug's. I don't think it said Doug.
Oh, was it plural?
Yeah, I think that's what it was in the legislation. Robert says he sounds like Bloody Darren.
Yeah.
And so I think Javi is reporting you're good.
Bloody hell, there he is.
I'll just pick up everything you need to. Oh, it's changed my photo, so you had it, Annette.
I do have the photo, but I don't have it active right now.
Oh, I've got a new photo on.
Oh, yeah, send it to us.
I'll put it on next when I see you next.
All right.
Doug,
Ken, I can hear you well.
Thank you.
hey Doug,
Yes, Alex.
take a guess at how long it takes to back up Josh's new computer full system image with Macrium.
With Macrium full system backup, what's his total space in use? Probably under 60 gigabytes.
It's about 20 gigabytes.
20
do you think that
gigabytes is
takes?
his entire hard drive. Let's go have a look at that.
How long do you think that takes to back up?
Let's go see this. That's gonna be like maybe 3 minutes.
Yes, you're right on the money.
Yeah. Okay. 71 gigabytes in 3 minutes for a full backup. Awesome.
But the 21 gigabytes is the image compressed once Macrium Reflect is done.
All right. Where's the backup going to?
His external hard drive.
All right.
1 terabyte.
It's not. It looks like it's not connected right now. Right.
Right.
Okay. Do you have that full image backup on a schedule?
Do not.
No, it's manual. Yeah, I have my computers do full backup, full image backup.
But if it was on a schedule, wouldn't that mean the external hard drive would have to be plugged in all the time?
Yeah, it does.
Which would mean that if a malware or virus gets on the computer, then it's possible that the malware could infect his image backup.
No, because Macrium Reflect backups are immutable. So if you go into Windows Explorer and browse to that drive and just try changing the name of the backup, it won't let you do that. It can't.
It will when I've tried to do it. It won't complain about it.
Oh, it might be because you're on the free version. That might be something only with the paid version.
After creating the backup, when the backup's complete, if I go into Windows Explorer and try to rename the file of the backup, it will let me do it and not complain.
Okay. Let me try showing that on demonstrating that on my computer, because I hope I'm not going to prove myself wrong. But let's go do this. Go bring this up over here, and I'm gonna go browse to my Macrium backups and bring that up on screen. So here I'm on my M drive, which is a partition on my internal SSD, that 8 terabyte SSD. The partition in here for my backups. Oops, that one's empty. Is it over here? Oops, no, that one's empty. Where is it? Oh, it's in, where do I have it? Long-term storage? Yeah, I have it in long-term storage. Oh, that's because I bought a Western Digital red or gold. Yeah, no, it's red. The type of drive that's to be used in a NAS. It's a spinning drive and makes much more sense for long-term large files to be stored there.
I was going to ask you, do you have a backup to be able to back up that 8 terabyte SSD?
No, I don't want to back up the entire 8 terabyte SSD. I want to back up the bootable C drive for an image backup. My OneDrive, I don't want to back up locally. I trust Microsoft's OneDrive for that. Some people argue that's not a true backup, but for my purposes, I'm satisfied with it. And then I'll show you a little bit more of how I have that 8 terabyte partition. But now here, I hope I'm not proven to be a liar here. If I just take out a little bit of that name, yeah, here it is, renaming a file. An unexpected error keeping you from renaming the file. If you continue to receive this error, you can use the error code to search for help with this problem. Request file operation failed because the storage policy blocks that type of file.
Can you show me where that setting is so I can see if I'll be able to change it or not?
Yeah, let's go have a look at that. I don't know if it's a setting. I don't recall ever having set it. I think it's probably just a paid version of Macrium Reflect. So, but we'll go browse around in Macrium Reflect and check on it. So I hit my Windows key and oops, wait a minute. Nope, I did Windows key R. Let's bring up Windows key. I can't bring that to this screen, so I'm going to type Reflect. Bring that to
I did.
and there, oh, look at that. I see Gary Weisensberger's dog. That, and listen to the voice of Gary Weisenberger's dog. Speak. Hi, Gary. Don't take me. I'm just poking a little fun.
Yeah, I'm always.
I'm not trying to push you into doing your camera. Whatever your reasons are, I know you're famous and powerful, and if you turn your camera on, people will recognize who you are. And
Bad enough people know my voice.
And now I wouldn't allow that for somebody new that we don't know yet. And of course, Gary, you were known to me and the community long before you came into Zoom sessions. Well, I don't think I was even doing Zoom sessions. But yeah, last week that subject came up that I'm not going to be just letting people come in to the Zoom session that we don't know through the chat room yet.
Well, I may be crazy.
Say again?
I said I may be crazy, but I'm still me.
Yeah. Then, so here I'm in the existing backups. I'm in, if we go to backup, there's templates. Let's see. If I go to the definition of this backup, that doesn't seem like a likely place for it. Where would be the immutable? Now, I haven't even actually seen that Macrium Reflect calls it immutable. So how about if we go into their help system and search for immutable? Yeah, this is a web-based. Oh, here's a search. immutable. Alexa, how do you spell immutable?
Immutable is spelled I-M-M-U-T-A-B-L-E.
Thank you. That's how I was going to do it. No results. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's on the options of the backup job. You know, there's this advanced options.
You know, I remember when I had before Macrium 8 came out and I had Windows 7, I mean Macrium 7, I remember one time I disabled some write protected partition or something so I could delete it.
Oh.
So do you think it's possible? My thoughts is that it's something, if it is only write protected is only available for the paid version, do you think
Right.
that's something they only turned on in Macrium 8 and not 7?
Now here's where you can do password protection. And yeah, I'm agreeing with you that it might actually be a setting that you had turned off because of what you wanted to do. That's verify. Verify. So far, nothing in here about the security. File name prefix. Comments. Shut down. Nothing there. Now I do know the email notification only works if on the paid version. If you go to this screen on the non-paid version, you'll get I think you can actually enter an email address, but when you click OK, it tells you that you have to pay for it. So I didn't see anything in there in options. The backup destination is here. There's no kind of settings for that.
Hey, Doug?
Yes.
Quick comment. How about if you still have a version 7 left, to take a look at it?
If I have a copy of it somewhere, I'd have to actually install it to look at it.
I thought you could. Sorry, I thought you could do it from. Okay.
Yeah. No, and you get different options if you have it installed versus booting from a thumb drive. You boot from a thumb drive. Right. Yeah, you don't get the same stuff.
I just thought that was a feature that they may have had available for free in version 7, but they took it away and made it a paid feature in 8.
Well, no, it wouldn't. Well, okay, I get it. You said available for the free version in 7, but in 8 it's paid. That might be
something like that. Like TeamViewer used to have all their settings available for free several versions ago, like in version 6 and version 7, you used to be able to do all the stuff on there for the free version, like lock the mouse and keyboard so Josh couldn't mess with me.
Okay, here it is. I found it.
But now I found it away.
I found it. See this option that I'm pointing to? Macrium Image Guardian Settings. That's the verbiage that I have seen that. So Macrium Image Guardian Settings. So if I click on that, and then here it is, turn on Image Guardian. So that's what you want to check for, Alex. Now, actually, why don't we bring that up? Why don't I switch over to Josh's computer and we'll go look at it? Yes?
Yes. I didn't change that on Josh's computer, by the way. What I was referring to, I did a while back on my own computer.
All right. So here now you're seeing the Zoom screen through Josh's computer. That's why it's not very clear. So I'm going to Windows D on Josh's computer, and then Windows key, reflect. That should bring up in search results Macrium Reflect. Click to launch that. And then answer yes to the user account control. And we're getting Josh's accessibility. Let's see, I want to close again with Windows D, Alt-Tab to get to Macrium Reflect.
I'm curious, that's my dog talking in the background.
Say again, Josh?
If anybody was curious why the computer was talking, that's my dog talking in the background, so I know what's going on.
Right. It's called JAWS, is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, let's see here's the picture-in-picture. And then we'll come up to other tasks, Macrium Image Guardian Settings, and start trial. Yep, that's it. It's only for the paid version. Image Guardian protects backup
point
file.
for Alex.
Hey, Blackwatch, ISO 9020 is on binders and different things and paints, not on sound. If you're going to quote it, learn it.
Let me finish reading this. Image
Sorry.
Guardian protects backup files on local drives from ransomware attacks. That's what Alex was bringing up, by blocking unauthorized write activity. So Alex's solution for this is to disconnect the external drive from the computer, because if you get ransomware attack on your computer and your backup media is internal or it's connected to the computer, then the ransomware could damage your backups. And we'll certainly try to if the ransomware is very well designed. Premium features not available in Macrim Reflect Free. Would you like to upgrade to a 30-day trial license to use premium features? We're going to say not now, because if you do the trial, then it becomes kind of cumbersome and awkward to get back to the free mode.
And also, if you leave the external hard drive, if he was to leave the external hard drive plug in, that puts more hours unnecessarily on the external hard drive, which could lead to it dying.
Alex, you got about 5 years on an external drive, though. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about wearing it out by just being connected. You're not actually exercising it, but so we've said our. Alex has an opinion. Gary and I have our opinions. That's out on the table. Let's move on. So Alex, that answers the question about the Image Guardian, right?
Right. So it was available in the free version of 7, but now they wanted to pay feature in 8.
And that is a thing that software companies do. They come up with a new version. You lose some features you used to have, or now you have to pay for ones that used to be free. And so the other backups, Acronis, a lot of people are upset when they did their not too long ago upgrade. They went the free version. Anybody could get the free version and use it. Now their free version, I think, only comes with a new drive, and it only works with doing a backup image to that new drive or something like that. And so now it doesn't do as much for free anymore, right? Somebody?
Yes.
Pretty much they only want to let you clone.
Yeah, they only want to let you clone for free. Whereas Macrim Reflect still has a free version, not only for personal use, but they also specifically have a free version for commercial use. Your business backing up your computers, you're allowed to do that for free. But there's some features that aren't there.
Actually, if you want to protect ransomware, there's a pretty good one in Windows Defender. It'll control folder access.
Yes. Yes, it'll lock down folder access. So that's even a better than having your backup protected. I have not really engaged that with my clients' offices. One, because their profile folders isn't really where we store data anyway. And the other thing is, I wasn't sure if it was going to have troubles interacting with other software. So Gary, do you actually use it in a corporate environment? Engage that?
Yes.
You do?
That's right.
All right.
So
well,
there is one caveat. We test before we put any software out there. So I'm assuming your office that you're talking about, they would have the authority to put their own software out, which is kind of a nod from the owner. Here, yes. We're not nearly as controlled as your environment is. We don't test. Our test is we put it out there and try it. No. We don't have an IT department running those kind of tests, and they don't want to pay me to. Well, I don't even have that conversation with them. It's right. So well, if we're going to have a problem, we're going to see it in real use and fix it in real use.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
I got with the new camera 6 months premium license from XSplit. I'm contemplating playing with it.
Did you say you have started or have not?
I have not started yet. I'm still contemplating it. I figure I might as well give it a shot and see what I think about it.
All right.
Like I put it in Zoom and I put it in chat. the name of the program that popped for me.
Oh, you put into chat in the YouTube chat?
Yeah, I put
Right.
it in Zoom too.
In
Doug?
Zoom.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I got a quick question for Josh and Alex. Is there a way to set macro and reflect to back up quote every night at 11 o'clock or something?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys might want to set that up because I think Greg does that with the Cronuts.
Yeah, that might be an idea.
That way nobody has to remember.
Oh, I have a well, that emergency call that I had last week, the reason why our live stream got delayed last week was exactly that recovery. That because that computer I have Macrim Reflect commercial free on that computer, does a full backup every night to a partition on the internal drive, and a Windows update crashed his computer, similar to the Bob Carlson thing where it's trying to do system repair and fixing disk errors and stuff like that, and it never fixes it. I did a Macrim Reflect restore and had him back up and running in 20-30 minutes. And that one, because it's the free edition, it probably does not have that ransomware protection, but that's not what we were trying to recover from. If they have get hit with ransomware there, then we're going to be looking to other forms of recovery. But the most common recovery I've had to do to our hard drive was through Windows updates or some other kind of a boot drive problem. And having a backup image on a partition just solves that.
And the restore was probably that quick because of, the partition.
Yeah. Well, his restore was, I think, 12 minutes. So somebody, Josh, what were you trying to say?
Yeah, I'm here.
Were you trying to say?
No, I was trying to say something to Alex.
Yes, Josh.
If you want, after you transfer the music, if you want, you can set that up to back up automatically, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. How often you want it? Like, I know we've talked about before, maybe once a month or something, because I really don't think you need every night like Gary, but maybe once a week, once a month.
What do you think, Doug? Once a week, once a month?
It depends upon how often you have content changed on your computer that you would care about. So my clients, they get updates constantly for their various accounting softwares. So that's why I want the full image backup every night. If you're not adding programs or having data directly stored on your computer that you care about recovering quickly and easily, then it can be longer apart. If the backup media is always there and available, such as a partition on the internal drive, then it's always there. There's really no cost, in my opinion, to doing a nightly full image backup. Now, the Big Beast build and Baby Beast, they both do a full image backup of the C drive every night, because I never know when I might make changes, and I don't want to have to leave it to my initiative to especially connect an external drive and initiate a backup myself. I just want it automatically happening so that when a problem happens, you don't have any warning that a problem's about to happen. So when a problem happens, I want to be able to recover from it. So you have to make the decision under your circumstances between you and Alex.
Hey, Doug, quick comment. Well, you basically said the comment. How much you save by doing it every month if you don't have to get off the machine and the machine's on, who cares? Do it 3 times a day.
That's my opinion. I've got spinning hard drives in client offices that have been working way over a decade.
I have
And-
spinning hard drives that if the office goes down, I'm sued and out of a job.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all of our data is on spinning.
And I have no hesitation to doing a backup to a partition on the same drive that has the boot drive partition. Now, if the drive encounters a physical problem, like spinning drives do,
Good.
then the backup on a partition of the same drive is not going to help you so much. Now, actually, what I just showed you, I know somebody's trying to bump in here, but let me finish this thought through. What I just showed you a little while ago about the location of my backup drives, I said it wrong, didn't I? Because I was first trying to show you my backup partition on the M drive, but this is actually now on the L drive. That is the Western Digital Red spinning drive that I now have inside the computer, inside the Big Beast build. So when I set up this M drive partition on that 8 terabyte NVMe drive, at that time I didn't have a backup drive internal. So if my 8 terabyte NVMe drive encounters a problem that makes it all of its partitions inaccessible, then my spinning drive certainly pays off there. So somebody was trying to inject a comment. Go ahead. Was I wrong? Here, let me show you this. Here's disk management. So here's my 6 or 5.5 terabyte, whatever that came out to, the spinning drive. Yeah, it came up as disk 0 because I've seen that happen where a SATA connected drive will show up before the NVMe drive. And this is the 8 terabyte NVMe drive, which has a 1 terabyte boot drive. And then that M partition for Macrium backups, I'm actually not using that now. So that's available for me to do something else with. And then I have my Active Media F drive that has all my video files that I have stored there. I don't really care to back that up because most of those videos, once I've finished working with them, they get published to my YouTube channel. If I wind up losing all of that source media, that's really not such a big crisis. I mean, it sounds like a lot of stuff, but if it's stuff that's already published, I'm usually not going to do anything with videos after they're published. So, yeah.
Might probably go for one per month.
I have another question on another topic. Can you show me where you go to purchase your logme stuff you use? Like how much you pay per month or yearly for that?
All right, we'll go there. You're gonna have a little bit of a sticker shock on that.
Oh, it's cheap.
Let me see. Where's the right place I'm trying to get to here? I have this set up so that the YouTube video I can have on a little image. Oh, I see why I'm not seeing that. Here. Oh yeah, that's it. So that's the video. And then bring this back up to. Oh, that all got messed up.
It can't be any more expensive than TeamViewer, $700 a year or whatever, $700 a month for.
Power users.
Yeah, it can be more than that. Let's see, other tasks. I just want to catch up with chat here a little bit. Final score, audio certified, Macrium image guardian. Yeah, I'm not surprised chat came up with the location for that probably before I got to it. Guardian settings. And Greg Guy, hello. Scanning through here. Freedom Scientific, I don't know what that link was going to be for. Plead the 5th. All right. So
It's the website Josh downloads his Zoom text and his JAWS from, his accessibility stuff.
Yeah, can I share my screen and I'll tell you where I get it?
So the product that I'm using is called LogMeIn Rescue. It's not the regular LogMeIn. The regular LogMeIn can be purchased, I think, for 2 users and 5 users, and then goes up from there. But LogMeIn Rescue is a different animal. And just going here to see if I see what their annual fee is. I don't know what it is offhand. I'll look it up in my records. I'm not even seeing a buy now here. Which anytime
I saw it was 108. What I seen was $108, but I didn't know if that was annually or monthly.
Yeah, that would sound monthly, because I know it used to be $1,200 a year, and I think it's gone up substantially since that. Let's do this. I didn't want to. I'm not going to go into my accounting software on YouTube, but I'll look at it over here on Baby Beast. You should be able to look that at. See what
Did you get your new monitors yet?
Pardon?
Did you get your new monitors yet?
Well, I did buy another a new monitor as a possible replacement for this middle one. It's still in the box. Let's see. No, this one. Yeah, this one here. I went ahead and ordered the same as these when I realized that it's a little dingier, a little dimmer. It's not as bright of an image when I'm on an image that matters. All right, so then how do I find that easily? That renews, I believe, in January. I'll go into expenses because I think I have it as an auto-renewing expense.
Doug, can I say?
Yes.
Rescue remote support is $108.25 per month and is billed annually.
108 per month billed annually, and that's for LogMeIn Rescue?
Yes, Rescue remote support.
That sounds like it. How much does that add up to annually?
There it is. Oh, okay.
That's what I saw too, but it had me confused because it said /month and after the price, and then underneath it in small letters it had billed annually. So I was a little confused.
Yeah, that's a common thing I've seen them do, where they'll show a monthly price, but it's billed annually.
$1,299 per year.
Oh, wait a minute. I bet I have it over here. That sounds a little bit. That sounds lower than I'm paying.
That makes Microsoft Office sound like it's free. If you pay for it per year, only $100 a year.
There is also a mobile support add-on that is costing $37.50 per month. So.
Oh yes, and I also have an add-on for supporting phones. Now, I think what you just referred to, Catherine, is where I could use my phone to connect to my client's computer, but I can also connect to my client's phone from my computer, and I pay an extra amount for that.
You can't control it, can you, Doug? You can just see it.
I can upload a new mail configuration, but I can't actually click icons to open apps.
So if we add the mobile support add-on, yes?
Yeah.
It's $1,749.
1,749, right?
Per year.
That sounds more familiar. That sounds like what I'm paying.
Yeah.
And for me, it's totally worth it. I mean, I use it multiple times a day to connect to client computers, and I get to
for now, I just think right now, I just think I'll stick to the free TeamViewer, and if they ever decide they don't want people to use their service free anymore, I'll just switch over to something else. I think at one time.
Go ahead.
I think at one time Carrie had mentioned like Ultra Viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Another free remote software.
But I don't use that. I use TeamViewer a lot.
So let me explain the reason why the people on YouTube watching the video are seeing this extra window up here. It's my method of monitoring what's actually going over YouTube, because this window is actually showing the YouTube video. So anytime I change this screen, or maybe it scrolls, you'll see a delay of that scroll operation over here. Doggone, there was something else on my mind on that subject of log me in that I was going to add to it. Oh, yes. I have a client who is using the TeamViewer free to actually work from home. Now, that is specifically disallowed by the license for TeamViewer free. And they do police that. If they see that your usage patterns looks like you're actually doing work from home, you're always connecting to the same computer, you're staying on it for a long period of time doing work, rather than what they intend for the free version is to be providing free support to a relative, a friend, or purposes that you're not getting paid for. And that they seem to be completely fine with. So I think actually
that happened to me. I had that happen to me actually when I was connected on our college network to our Active Directory machine, because I only went to school twice a week, so I would literally connect in at least once a day, and check for updates and stuff. And I was connecting so often, I had that happen to me pop up, and it said we detected commercial use. Your connection will be limited to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And even though I wasn't getting paid for anything at the college for doing any of that,
I have heard that they're actually starting to bill people for using it as a corporate, because it's not free if you're not doing the way they log it.
Right.
Because the other thing they want is a 1-to-1 computer, not 1-to-20.
Now, I read through their license agreement, and it was quite a while back, but I believe my recollection is that there's verbiage in the free license agreement for the free version that they can look at what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. It's on their server.
To judge it.
Alex, if I were you,
I'm sorry,
if I were
Gary.
you, Alex, I wouldn't be getting on every day with TeamViewer. They will find you at some point. If you have to do it every day, they're going to throw you off eventually. And you shouldn't need it every day.
TeamViewer actually has, think of it as 2 parts, customer and tech. And actually you meet in the middle on a TeamViewer server. You're not actually going straight to the...
Oh, right.
So they're watching they have everything. They control it.
They have access. They have access to it. But I think between Alex and Josh, that's probably not a huge concern. But for my client...
That's not a concern with me for Josh's computer, but it was a concern with me when I was managing our stuff at college.
Right.
Because I was connecting every...
If you read their verbiage, though, they say they can invoice you.
Yeah, I don't recall having seen that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
They've changed it last year or two.
I wouldn't be surprised. And now, but another piece that I found in their literature, including the license, is in Alex's situation with Josh, is if they think that your connection to Josh is commercial use, you can challenge that or explain that, and they actually have in their documentation back when I reviewed it that they will let you back if they're convinced. So in your case, Alex, you're providing support to Josh for free in a situation where he's working with disabilities through the computer. I think it'd be maybe an easy thing to get them to.
Yeah, I had to have
you.
that. I had to have them. I use the team viewer even on my mom's computer, even though it's just in the other room.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier for me to connect from my keyboard and mouse, and I had to contact them and put a ticket in for them to reverse that or do whatever they got to do to allow me to connect.
At this point, you're not using it 1-to-1. You're using it 2 or 3 or 4-to-1, and they don't like that for a free version.
That's not my understanding. If he's providing free support to friends, relatives, and so forth, so that could be a few. And I would think even connecting to a few makes it look less like he's trying to connect to his own office computer and work remotely.
Makes it look like he's running a business on a free version.
Yeah, it looks like that, and so that's why they may tag him for it. But Alex has already successfully reversed that by showing that that's not the case, right?
And if they tag him with 3 or 4 computers, it becomes more support. Well, whatever.
Well, yeah, but that's what they're intending, to be providing support.
But at least on my mom's computer, when they did that on my mom's computer, that's down the hallway in the other room, I can go in the other room and do whatever I have to do on her computer. But in Josh's case, I can't do that.
I'm in another state. I'm in Pennsylvania. I don't expect you to come all the way out to Pennsylvania just to do a backup image of my computer or to do an update when you can do it remotely.
That sounds entirely reasonable unless you're doing it 2 or 3 times every day. I mean, it almost sounds like you use it just to talk to each other sometimes.
Use Zoom.
That you should be careful about.
No,
so do a Zoom.
We don't. We use I start my own Zoom for that.
Okay, well that's the wise thing to do. It's just to avoid them even trying to challenge you. I wouldn't use it any more than absolutely necessary.
Well, understand if you take
that's
a look
my only
at
point.
You are going through their server when you go to another person. So, I mean, they know where you're at and they know who's logging on. So it's not like it's a secret to them.
Yeah.
And you can't hide it from them because you're using them.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on. We've beat this long enough.
Yeah.
Catherine, yes.
Can I say something?
Yes.
When I help people with TeamViewer, they once did it to me too. So they claimed I was commercial, but then I opened a ticket with them and I said, look, I use it only to help my friends. Yes. Over the internet. And I live in Colombia and they live in the US. Yes. It's not practical to go to the airport. Yes. So they made it free again. Yes. After I told them that I would help other people for free with it. Yes.
And that's good. And so that's another testament to the way I understood it, is that you can challenge what they come. Now when they say that we detected commercial usage, you gotta believe that they don't have somebody sitting there actually watching your stuff. They'll take some kind of analytics or some kind of statistics or something. They're not going to pay somebody to sit there and actually watch what you're doing. Although they have the technology, they could, if they felt it was needed, if they wanted to check up on what you're claiming, maybe.
To get the last word in, a quick, Doug.
Promise me it's the last word.
Yeah. No, here is the one joke, as I say. Don't think about America. They are a German company, different rules.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. All right.
And their servers are not in America. Their servers are actually in Germany.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That I do know. So,
all right.
Well, they have to. No, they don't have to do it.
Well, technically, when we're connecting, so technically, when I'm connecting over TeamViewer to Josh, I'm technically connecting from Arkansas to Germany and then back to Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, not quite that. It's more that Alex is connecting to Germany and Josh is connecting to Germany.
Right. And then they know each other. Then they go. Basically, it's like, what was it? Dyno DNS that kept track of who you are, because neither one of them have static IP. That's how come they have to do that.
Right.
If Josh had a static IP, he'd just enter that in and be there. But I don't think either one of them do. I don't know.
No, neither one of us have static IPs. I'm 99% sure of that. Because if we did, and Josh could somehow get access to his router, which I doubt, I could walk him through the process of opening up a port for a remote desktop or setting up a VPN, so I could type in his public IP address and his port number on my side and get directly into his computer just using remote desktop connection.
How's the speed running on his today?
Fine as it was last night, 150 to 180.
Probably the internets were a little loose.
It's fast.
Yeah.
Yes, Catherine, it's fast. No issues today, or no issues no issues today, no issues yesterday.
Good. That's what we want, correct?
Yes.
Knock on saran wrap.
Okay. Hello, Jeff. I didn't say hello to you since you showed up. And then let's go take a look here. Ken Stout Live says, how many buttons is your Stream Deck? So let's go look at that. Let's see this one here. This one, there's 4 rows, 8 columns, so 32 on that one. And then this one is 15. And I connected the little one now to Baby Beast, but I haven't set up the buttons yet. So that answers that question. Moving on, see what else we got here.
Doug,
Alex?
can I tell
Josh.
everybody how I fix my webcam?
Let me catch up on chat first.
Okay.
Okay, because we've been away from that way too long. Wintermute thinks I have 1,200 plus buttons. I think he was referring to the cost of my Log Me and Rescue. Just kind of scanning through here. Jim says he's late again. He's catching up in DVR mode. Thank you, Jim, for doing the DVR mode. Let's see, there's Chit Chat and John. How do I get a location on the map at the beginning of the sessions? Yes, I'll tell you that now, John. What you can do for that is send me an email, DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. Tell me your name, your YouTube name, and the location that you want me to identify you at. So then I'll put a name on the Google Earth, and it can either be your YouTube name. Let's see, what are you? Oh, John Alloy. That's a real name, it sounds like. And then show where you're at. So yeah, it's just send me an email asking for it. That's all it is. And for anyone else, yeah, I recognize you, John. You're already in blue. I don't know. Should that go through any kind of a screening process to get to know the person first? I don't feel that's needed. But anyway, coming back here to what else we got? Nothing else in orange. Yeah. So don't give me that information in the chat, because I'm not gonna. That's gonna get lost. I won't keep that in my awareness. Then we wanted to, Josh, you want to tell us how you fixed your camera?
Yeah.
Tell us first what the problem was.
The camera was being blurry and choppy, and there was a green screen that come up before my picture.
So there was the camera was blurry and choppy, and there was a green screen that was coming up before your picture.
Before I would actually come on camera.
Before you would be on camera. Okay, so now how'd you fix it?
I went into, can I share my screen to demonstrate?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Oh, should I can bring up your screen on my Baby Beast. Is that what you want me to do? All right. Yeah, let's not have you. Oh, that was silly. All right. And then let's minimize that. Okay. So we have your screen on the live stream now. So this PC. Device manager.
A driver from Windows Update.
Okay.
But the driver was bad. So what I did was I went in and uninstalled the driver and then told the computer not to go in and download the driver. So I went down into here and checked my do not allow this.
Oh, do not allow automatic updates for that device. All right.
Right. And then when I went back into Windows Update, it comes up, but I know now not to download that driver, because if I download that driver, my camera looks like crap.
Oh, okay. I've seen that before where the automatically downloaded drivers will mess something up. So you got to prevent that from updating that driver.
Hey, Doug.
Alex?
That was me. I know I hadn't said anything for a few minutes. I'm still here though.
Oh, Chris.
But Windows 7 used to have a way to hide drivers. I wish Windows 10.
It's still in there. There's a little utility Microsoft has that you have to go download from their website. I think it's called Win Show Hide or something like that. You can actually hide the updates that you want.
Yeah, because some of them are depends on the computer. Could be issues.
I've used it on Windows 10 before. It still works.
Well, fix Josh's computer then.
But well, Josh already fixed it. Yeah, I was telling him yesterday.
Well, hide the driver.
Last night he made the professor look like an idiot because if he's smarter, Josh is getting smarter than the professor, because the professor was on Zoom yesterday with everybody else on and off, but the professor, me, was on Zoom for 10 hours straight.
Hide the driver.
About the 10-hour mark is when we finally got his issue resolved.
Hide the driver for him so it don't auto install.
He already did that, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quote unquote hidden. He can go in the driver update section of Windows Update and see it if he pulls a little drop down menu down. But he already did that, so there's no need for me to do anything.
Yeah, and your point is that actually Josh fixed it, not Alex. And so score 1 for Josh. And it was actually by telling that device not to download new drivers, and it wasn't actually technically what Chris is saying about hiding it. But I think Josh's solution is fine.
I think he actually deleted the driver he had.
Yeah, I uninstalled it.
You uninstalled it and then told it not to download a driver for it. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, when you uninstalled that driver, it currently has a driver. It's just not the one that downloaded. So you uninstalled the one that downloaded.
my original thinking before he fixed it was that he was going to uninstall it, and then it was going to get, then that device, the webcam, was going to get a yellow exclamation mark, and then there wasn't going to be a driver for it at all. So therefore the computer wasn't going to see it, but that's not the way it happened. So it must just be using, before he uninstalled that, it was using the Windows Update driver. Well, when he uninstalled the Windows Update driver, Windows 10 must have a baked in, built-in driver for it or something. And
yeah, I think that's the case. All right, where are we going to go next? Oh, that here's something with commenting on. Bring back to chat. From Chris, Alex connects to Josh with the team viewer as long as the day ends in Y. I'm challenging. I'm going to challenge that. Because this comes from Ken Stout's use of that he live streams and zooms on any day that ends in OY. But I'm not so sure about that with Josh, because I think Josh may be doing it on any day that contains a letter D.
Okay, you got it.
All right, I got a couple chuckles out of that. How long have I been waiting to pull that joke?
I don't know how long.
Almost a year now.
I'm not going to tell you.
Doc,
Catherine.
it's a problem because in English the letter D is in any weekday, any of them.
Yeah, that's my point.
Exactly. So yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it with the letter D or the letter A or the letter Y, right?
Well, my plan was, my hope was that once Josh got this new computer and we got everything set up and I got everything transferred, set up the way he wanted it, that I wouldn't have to connect every day, maybe once a week when he wants me to run the updates or whatever, I can.
Why not just let the updates run?
Because he wants it set, so I have to go in there and manually download it. He doesn't want it to automatically run updates.
Well, when they download, how can you stop them from installing?
They don't download. What happens is it notifies me that updates are available for download.
Mm-hmm.
But until I actually go in there and until I actually go to Windows Update and press the download button, nothing is downloaded. No Defender updates, no cumulative updates, nothing.
Yeah, because Defenders come 3 times a day now.
Yeah, so, but I don't use Defender.
So you're not going on internet.
Turn Windows Defender off.
Yeah, you got the web root.
I don't use Windows Defender.
Well, shut it off then, because it's taking up power.
What are you using for antivirus, Josh?
WebWink.
Say again?
WebWink.
WebWink?
Yeah.
WebRoot. It's the
WebRoot. Okay.
It's the antivirus software you get from Best Buy that Best Buy sells.
All right.
It's their antivirus.
I use that and I haven't really had any problems with it. So why quit?
Hey, I'm gonna add one more to my little thing about the days that have the letter D. Why was I interested in that? What other word do you know that begins with the letter D? Hint, hint.
Which one of the 5 shall we name?
Because it's duck.
Yes.
D for duck.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how you choose what day you're going to do something. It has the letter D because D is Doug, and that's our favorite letter of the alphabet.
If something's working for me, why change it? I haven't had any problem with WebWink, so why?
No,
why
I'm I'm not asking you to change it. You're fine. If you like that, you're fine. Moving on, do we have any other topics at hand? Oh, yeah, Bob Carlson's computer. He's out of town. He'll be picking it up at the beginning of the week. But I wanted to let you know that I got the idea in my mind. I want a little extra step further, just to do it's kind of a post-mortem, I guess. Is I copied out the 5 registry files from the fresh installation, and I patched that into his broken hard drive installation, and it worked, meaning Windows would boot. Now, that doesn't make a usable computer, but that proves that the problem that he was having with bad config info, I think it was called, was a registry problem. And if system restore had been active on that computer, then Windows Repair would have automatically fixed it, no brainer, or even registry backup. So just reporting that extra piece of information.
Yeah, before you change something in the registry, it's always a good advice to create a backup of the registry before you change anything in it, because it can be fatal depending on what you change. Yes,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, taking a look in at chat. I don't see anything else in orange.
I will say something about that, Doug, though.
All right.
The few times that I have messed around in the registry,
yeah,
on either my computer or on the school computers or whatever, the college computers, I fortunately have not ever made the system unbootable because of messing around in the registry.
Yeah, it's a thing that it could happen. I sometimes make changes to the registry without doing a backup first, but they're changes that I've already tested and I'm very familiar with. But I also, if I'm going in to tinker around like I did with Bob Carlson's computer, I'll make a backup of the registry. And before I was doing that stuff, I was making sure that I had valid tested images of his recently rebuilt drive before messing with anything.
Reason why I bring that up about the college computer, and this didn't actually work, I ended up having to re-image the thing from scratch anyway, was because the school had given us permission to put some more computers on our network, take them off of their network and put them on our setup, and they had some antivirus software that locks itself onto the computer so much that you can't uninstall it. I couldn't uninstall it without the IT person's password that put it on there, even after I had disjoined from their domain and joined to my domain. I still couldn't unlock that software, that antivirus, to be able to take it off. So the only way I figured out that it's possible to do it is by going into safe mode, going into the registry, changing something in the registry, which did not end up working. So I had to re-image it anyway.
Got a quick question for both of you, Doug and Alex.
Yeah.
When you guys are gone, either fired, quit, die, who knows what you did to the registry or to group policy editor?
Well, now it's not my problem anymore, because when I graduated, not when I graduated, but when the new instructor came in, they took away
any computer, Alex, any computer. Who will be able to do it next with something you changed through the backside?
I don't know what answer you're looking for there, Gary.
Yeah, I don't either.
There's nobody but you knows what was changed.
That's a nothing burger.
You don't have more than one person changing the registry and find out that somebody changed it 3 days ago, and your change won't work now.
Well, that's depending upon what the changes are and the purpose of them.
True.
And when
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with that, Gary.
Well, I've had people change it and then somebody else change it. Now it doesn't work. Not the same thing. You went in and changed local machine, somebody else changed somebody else. And now there's two problems.
Yeah.
You know, or you change group house editor and the other person doesn't know why something's not working. And they got to go hunt for something in Reg Edit, got to hunt something in GP Edit.
I've never had that happen. I've dealt
Yeah,
with
but
registry stuff
you're
for
the
a
one
long
doing
time.
it, is what I'm saying. I'm not beating you up. We're trying to.
Feels
But
like
if you aren't there, if you aren't there next week, who does it? You know,
it's not an
You usually
issue.
have to-
I've been
Yeah,
with my
but-
clients for 30 years.
Well, no. I agree. That's the point I agree with.
Yeah.
You know, you one client that doesn't want to pay your bill. I've seen that happen. Not us.
Yeah.
They have to find and go hunt for it. Is what I'm saying. But where you've been there 30 years, or an IT department that's been there doing it, you got to have some kind of procedure for changing.
Well, okay. I think where your comments coming from, Gary, is because you're working in the corporate environment with an IT department, and that would be an important issue there.
Yeah, who changes it?
Yeah, that has to be controlled by IT department, you know,
and it is
policies and procedures, and it is, and that's what you're experiencing in your environment.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to report to.
I agree.
So
just you're the one though that has to fix it. You know what you did last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or what Bob.
Well,
now
in my case, also working on the college computers, Gary, I didn't have anybody to report to unless we had, like when we first got our initial firewall set up, I had to have somebody from the IT department at the college do that for me. Like give me the hardware. But once we got everything initially configured, they handed it off to me, said, here you go. And I was the man in charge.
Okay, and I will stop this last statement. Is there anything that you changed in Registry or Group College Editor that's still there today? And if they hired me, I wouldn't know what the heck you did.
I don't know the answer to that question, Gary, and I never will, because as soon as the new instructor started last August, I believe it was, they took the
before he
IT
started.
guy came in there and took away my credentials, so I can't.
Before he started, did you change something that he does not know you changed?
But Gary, I know all the changes he's making because I'm giving him the okay to make the
No,
changes.
we're not talking about you, Josh. We're talking about
Okay.
what I was doing at college. But
and
yeah,
those computers routinely got re-imaged, didn't they?
Not when I was not when I was.
Okay, let's move on. We've gone long enough on this, but I do want to add one comment that it is useful, Gary, that you brought that up, because you know this YouTube video is going out and could be seen by people who are in an environment where if they make a change to the registry, there may be other technicians where they don't have long-term relationships, and it's a worthy point to make that if you're going to be making changes to registries on computers other than your own, you need to consider that. Are there other people that are going to come in behind you that need to know about that? I mean, you could even leave a text document on the desktop, for that matter, of that status if there's going to be other technicians coming along behind you that should be informed about what you did. So,
thank you.
Doc,
Catherine.
Even if you do the changes in the registry, yes?
Yeah.
You may still want to document it. So when you go back 3 months later, half a year later, 1 year later, you can find back the documentation and read it, yes? And, and remind yourself.
I'm going to show you my documentation for that illustrates that exact point. So I'm preparing the screen to get to that, because this was a registry change that I learned from Mike Smith and his podcast. Some of you recognize Mike Smith as doing the Tech Vets with Carrie Holzman. And so there was a registry edit that he told us about on his podcast. And I said, oh, I want that. I love that. I want to do that. So here I'm going to show you the note that I made in reference to that. This is in my document that I use for setting up doing the lab work on a new computer for a client. I'm just making sure there's nothing proprietary in there. I'm going to turn off the picture-in-picture here for this, but it's this one here. What it was a registry edit to enable the F8 key for Windows 10, so that when you reboot a computer, you can press F8 and get the boot choices so that you can go into safe mode, or safe mode with networking, or VGA mode, or boot logging, and all of that. So it was, this wasn't registry, but it's similar concept, is documenting what you do as a BCD edit. So it's editing. Okay, please don't interrupt. It doesn't work well. I'll let you talk when I finish this. Boot configuration data edit /set. And then you actually do the word default within these parentheses, boot menu policy legacy. And then in parentheses here, I said, I got this from Mike Smith. That's what I'm meaning by that. Caution, Spectre laptop would not boot after this setting. So a brand new Spectre laptop, I think I did an unboxing video for that computer. I tried that and it would not boot after making that change. So this is still in my notes, but I'm not doing it. So this is, not only do I make notation about this change, but I'll make notation about contrary information about it. So that is very much to Catherine's point. Okay, Catherine?
Yes.
You were trying to...
yes, BCD edit. Exactly. You want to document that too. So you know next time you do it with a Spectre, oh, wait, there was something.
Right.
Like a year ago or 2 years ago, yes, because you may not always do these changes, yes?
Yeah.
And then it's good if you can remind yourself of what you did. And if it worked or it didn't work, yes?
Yeah, documentation is a big thing for me, and I'm documenting for myself. And I've had times where a client's computer has a problem, has a symptom, has a specific error message. They call me, I connect remote, I look at the error message, and I say, I've never seen that before. And then I go type it into Microsoft OneNote, which searches all my OneNote records for all my clients, and I find it. And I've had times where I have found that not only have I seen that symptom before, but I've seen it before on that computer and fix it on that computer and totally forgot what the fix was until I read it in my notes.
Hey, Doug.
Yes, Josh.
Is there any way that you can enable the F8 key, like for Windows FP, to get into what's called safe mode for Windows 10? Like
I have not seen a method that I'm happy with. So that's exactly what this was expected to be, but it did not prove to be a safe thing to do. Currently I find trying to get into safe mode with Windows 10 has been kind of a hit and miss, and I think what is most effective for getting there is powering off the computer 3 times before it gets launched into Windows. But I think there's a specific point where you need to do that. If you let it go too far, you may not get the results you're expecting.
You need to basically just let it show up the Windows logo or your motherboard logo with the 3 little dots, and while it's loading Windows, in a hurry, just yank the power cord out of the back of the computer. Do that 3 times. Do that 3 times, and it will get you the automatic repair for safe mode. That's been my experience.
Yeah. Now I think unplugging it is probably as effective as yanking, but or even if you
That's what I meant. Just unplug the power cord from the back of the computer instead of using the power button.
Yeah, that's better than holding the power button for 10 seconds. If you hold the power button for 10 seconds, it might get past that point. I think. It's been a little nebulous because I've had times when I want to get into F8 or when I want to get into safe mode and I just can't get there. And I remember Kerry Holzman even demonstrated that on one of his live streams. He said, "Here, I'm going to show you how to do it." And he powered off the computer 3 times and still didn't get to safe mode. I think I'm recounting that right. And I think it was probably because it had gotten too far past the point. So if somebody who watches this video later knows the precise thing to do any different than what Alex just said, put that in a comment. But I think I'm inclined to think it's what Alex.
That's another one of Microsoft's stupid decisions they come up with when they released Windows 8. Took away the
save mode. Well, now here's another thing they've taken away. I think I went onto a Windows 11 computer recently. It was in that office where I had to do that macro reflect restore, and I want to audit all the rest of the computers. And one of those computers has Windows 11, and I couldn't find System Restore. I'm thinking that System Restore just may not be available on Windows 11. I don't know. So
but if that's the case, Doug, if you get a Windows 11 computer and it goes up like what you have with Mark Connor when he came back and did a Windows update and it didn't bug anymore, how do they expect me to fix it without System Restore?
Well, the way I'm expecting to fix it is I'm going to be more diligent about having Macrim reflect image backups. Yeah, because I can't count on System Restore. Now, I'm about to order some new a round of Windows 11 computers for a client where we're starting on replacing their computers, and so I'll be nailing that down. I would like to be able to enable System Restore and Registry backups, and I'll also be doing Macrim Reflect. So I'm not sure on that. Hey, Gary, do you know System Restore is available on Windows 11? You got a bunch of those.
Yeah, oh no, I got thousands now. We took them all. We're in the top 25 of Windows 11 now.
You're what?
Had a letter from Microsoft. Huh?
You're what, 25?
Top 25 of all users for Windows 11.
Oh, 20, the highest quantity of Windows 11 users.
Yep. We
all
actually
right, cool.
Enterprise sent a thing to Microsoft, of course, and then they sent it back to us as a nice letter, which means nothing.
All right. Do you know if System Restore is available on it?
I will check, have somebody check and get back, because I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to know.
I did not know that.
Oh, here it is. Kenny Whidden says Windows 11 does have System Restore. That answers it. So
I would think it would.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't find it. I didn't.
That's one of the, if you've got the Uncle Kerry's Windows 10 optimizer, Doug, that is one of the things that the optimizer does, is enable System Restore, because even Windows 10 has it disabled by default.
Yeah, well, now that's been a nebulous thing too, because I've had some new Windows 10 computers, and I think even if I do a fresh install of Windows 10, I think System Restore is enabled. I think there was a time period that Microsoft had changed that so that by default it's not enabled. Again, I'm not very clear on this point either, but I do know that I've gone to check System Restore on the computer, and I've a new one that I'm setting up for a client to find that it is enabled or it isn't enabled. And it's been kind of a, seems like luck of the draw. I don't know what the criteria is.
Thanks to somebody on Ken Stout's live thing, I now have a copy of the Uncle Kerry's thing. So I will be running that on everybody's computer that comes in for repair now.
All right. Yeah, now, Jonathan, I've seen this left shift and restart only if your PC is in a bootable state. But I've even had that. I've tried that left shift and restart, and it seems like on some computers it works to be able to get safe mode, and some it doesn't. I think what it's actually doing is getting to the advanced startup mode, and that some computers, when you get to the advanced options, some computers have safe mode as an option and some don't. I don't know. Kenny Whidden says it's property system protection for the
Got it for
system
you.
restore. You got it, Gary?
Yes, it's actually in the Windows 11, which means it's probably in Windows 10. Go to System, About, and Related Links, Advanced System Settings, and then it's the old stuff.
All right. So that sounds like a little different path than Kenny, which there's always 6 ways to get to anything, right?
Microsoft, at least.
All right. Then Jim is asking, with Windows 11, does it enable system restore by default? Windows 10 doesn't seem to, and there was a point in time where I said that Windows 10 does not, by default, does not have system restore enabled, but I've found sometimes it does. And I think it's on a fresh install from a USB memory stick from the media creation tool where it is enabled. And I'm not positive I'm saying that right.
Doug?
Yeah.
I thought that might have had to do with the size of the drive. Did it not label?
Well, it's a reasonable thought, but I don't think my experience has shown that to be the case. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's a worthy thought. But I think it could be difficult to really pin down what is the truth, because you'd have to do a statistically significant study to figure out when it's there by default and when it's not.
I have a quick question for you, Doug, if you had a second.
Let me finish up with chat here, because I'm trying to get, and there's something I've been trying to address for a little while. So let me postpone you just for a minute. Dan the man of Windows 11 system restores updated Windows 11 from 10 may be different than fresh install, right? Zavi says Windows 11 has system restore by default is the C protection, not like Windows is the, wait a minute. Windows 11 has system restore and by default is the C protection is on, not like Windows 10 after installation. Okay. Yeah, not quite sure if that's saying that Windows 11 is on by default and it's just the C drive. Is that why it's saying C? I don't know. Not usually enabled by default on my Acer laptop. It is, even if I do a clean install. Lenovo, it's off by default. System about protection. When all you say must be confirmed by a bullfrog. Oh, that's from Blackwatch. I want to go back up here. Somebody had asked why Jonathan Fazzini was hidden. Now, I think there's been other Jonathan Fazzini has been seems to be involved in our conversation, but this one up here, unhidden. Where is that one? There was a comment here. This one, Jonathan Fazzini puts in one of these bogus, or what looks like a bogus website, wshowhi.diagcab. I've told the moderators before, when you've got somebody doing one of these that looks like a bogus website, I just said not just hide the comment, but hide the user. Now, in this case, I don't want to hide Jonathan Fazzini because he looks like he is participating. Let's see here. It looks like Jim did hide him, and then I think later he unhid him because he does seem to be involved in the conversation. But this is a no-go. That's a no-fly zone. Do not put in these bogus websites. If that's a website that you actually think is supportive to our conversation, Jonathan, you need to give an explanation of that. So that's what I wanted to say on that. Jonathan does seem to be participating, so I hope you're not a troll by putting in the bogus websites. Then, okay, now, Gary, what you got? I'm not hearing you, Gary. I see a line around you. I saw yellow come up, but I'm not hearing you, Gary. Do I hear? Oh, I'm not hearing Alex either. I see Alex talking. I'm not hearing him. What happened? I think maybe I'm the only one not hearing. Was this what goes around comes around? I think I saw Ken laughing, judging by the crinkles on his eyes. He doesn't have his camera pointed well. Yeah, something's wrong with audio. I'm not hearing anybody. Try turning this thing off and then on. It says power off, power on, pairing. All right. Is anybody speaking? There's Gary has a light around him. I'm not hearing nothing. I'm not hearing nothing. Is that a double negative? Did I really use a double negative? All right, let's go back here and see this. Turn picture in picture on, and where was that at? That was in speakers, setting the XSplit. No, it was the Zoom speakers is what I had to fix. Not this. Go to Zoom, audio settings. Oh, that's wrong. That says my Zoom speakers are going through my Yeti stereo microphone. That's not going to work. Oh, it's because this device is no longer there. It's not even in the list.
We did that one time, can't hear you.
All right, now I've turned my regular speakers on. This isn't going through my Touchbone headset anymore. I can hear you.
Okay, I have a serious question because I've never seen it before. Anybody know what BlueStacks is?
I do. I actually do have an answer for that one. That is an Android emulator for Windows.
Yep.
It's like it lets you run Android apps on Windows 10.
Yep.
I did not know.
All right.
I don't want either one of those.
Someone's glad to get in. I don't remember what.
Catherine came in. She came back.
I mean, Ken and I have a good phone, not the toy phones.
Doug?
Yes, Catherine.
I'm back. I tried a quick, it's like a one-line command in the BC edit.
Yeah.
Command prompt for BC edit.
Yeah.
That you can do for the F8.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I tried to find out if your issue that you have with the Spectre, maybe Windows 11 related or Windows 10 related or just Spectre related. Yes. So mine started, I did this change. Yes. It applied it successfully. I restarted and I could go back into Windows again. Yes.
All right. Were you able to press F8 during the boot to get the boot menu?
Yeah, my keyboard is a small keyboard, and it doesn't have it has the FN key. Yes.
Yeah.
To press F8. So hence why it may work. But I'm not the standard. Yes. I can try with another keyboard. I can do the same. I can try with another keyboard to see if then F8 would cause it to bring up the menu. Yes. Yeah. So if you want me to do that, I can do that.
No, that'd be great. Now let me make another comment though regarding your FN keyboard. Some of the keyboards that have an FN key where you have to use FN key to do the function keys will have a FN lock method. And it's usually where you hold down the FN key and one of the blue items on one of your keys has maybe a padlock or the word lock, which would lock your keyboard into the FN mode, which means you now, when you're pressing those function keys, you're getting whatever the FN function is rather than having to hold. So it's like a caps lock key. It's gonna make that work backwards.
It doesn't.
This doesn't do that for you. Okay.
Doug, my keyboard is interesting because it is a full-size keyboard and it's just got the regular full-size desktop keyboard and it's got the regular F1 through F12 keys with no functions on the keys because it's not a laptop. But my desktop keyboard that is a full-size keyboard also has an FN key. I don't know what I would use it for on a desktop computer, but it does have an FN key.
All right. There's some interesting things coming up here in chat regarding Jonathan Fazzini. So let's go look at that. Yeah, they can hear each other. Jonathan's telling us that he's autistic and doesn't always communicate well. Well, you're certainly welcome here, Jonathan. And I know there's going to come up something else. There's another comment about that website that he put in. No audio Zoom. So then, Zavi, to be clear, after Windows 11 installation, the C drive protection is on. System restore is functional. After install Windows 10, system restore is not functional by default. Okay. Now I'm going to take pay closer attention next time I do a fresh install Windows 10, because my recollection is when I did a fresh Windows 10 from a USB drive that I made from the the Microsoft site, it was active, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's been times on that image creation tool. I'm not saying that right, but you know what I mean.
Media
creation tool. I think some of those have, maybe its system restore has been on default, maybe sometimes not. If Zavi is saying that his experience with doing a fresh install Windows 10 from a thumb drive from the media creation tool, it was not on by default, that doesn't mean that it always has been that way or always will be. If that came somewhere from Microsoft documentation where they claim that it's always active, that could be more substantial, but Microsoft doesn't have a good image or good reputation of being clear in their communications. So
they may have changed it during a release.
Yeah, they may change it any time. Which way the wind's blowing at the moment. Catherine?
Maybe this change that you talk about is version related.
Yeah.
Because in some version they put it off, in some version they put it on.
It could be
depending on the feedback that they got from the users. Yes.
Yeah. So Windows 10 Pro versus Windows 10 Home might be a different experience.
Maybe. Not only, I do not even mean the Home or Pro version, I mean the version like the 3 different digits at the end.
Yeah,
20H2, 21H2 stuff.
Yes. Yes. Just because you have the 22,000, yes, version, does not mean that the last 3 digits are the same. Yes, so from version to version it can be different. Yes. Yeah. And now if you want, I go again and I check it out with with another keyboard.
Okay.
With the update. Yes.
Great. That'd be great.
Just so you know what I do. Yes. And then I come back.
Okay.
Okay, got a quick comment for Alex. And Doug, you can help on this one. And Jeff, it's a joke. Anyway, to answer your question about the function, just scroll lock Alt, and they go back to like function key with function keys, 2 functions. Let's look at WordPerfect. They use that, so you have 24 function keys.
Oh yeah, so you use a different combination of booster keys along with the function keys, and you got different different menu options. WordPerfect, when I was teaching courses and that, the whole WordPerfect for DOS, I had the whole template memorized, every function for every key, and I could recite that out while I was teaching.
So each F1 through F12 had 2 functions. Is that what you're saying?
4, because there was the function key by itself, and then Shift and the function key, Control and the function key, and Alt and the function key. Now that actually wasn't 2 function keys. That was the individual booster keys. That no booster key, Shift, Alt, and Control.
And don't forget, adding to this one, it was also a 3270 emulation for a mainframe. It was adding those also. You have a mainframe controller 3270. That was the card.
Never did that.
So that's why I said, well, you're young guy.
All right, let me get this next thing with. Let's see. Chris is letting us know that Jonathan's leak was to the program that hides Windows updates. So Jonathan's link was not a bogus website. It was participating in the conversation. So Jonathan, I have come to learn enough about you here that I'm gonna make you a moderator, and really the only purpose of that is by seeing you in blue, we'll recognize that you've been around for a while, and I have recognized your name and turn you blue. It does not mean that I want you to start policing other people. There are a few people, you know who you are, that you understand what I want in regards to moderating the chat room. I'm much more lenient than other YouTube hosts. But if somebody is doing those bogus websites and you verify that the website is bogus, like something we don't want people going through, it's not part of our conversation, those people should just be hidden from the channel. But be careful about it, because this is really a close mistaken identity here. And I think, let's see, whoever was involved in that action, I don't remember who originally hid those, but I think they figured it out themselves. And this was sound tolerable, bad echo on YouTube. Okay, that's when I temporarily switched to my speakers. Wait a minute, I'm still on the speakers. Oh yeah, because I got distracted. I think we've been off chasing, what is it, a squirrel. A few things. I got distracted from fixing the audio problem. Let's see. You're welcome, Jonathan. Blackwatch. Oh, I think that was Chris that originally blocked him. Feel free to join us. Yeah, Ken is inviting Jonathan. Absolutely, Jonathan. You'll find this a very welcoming group. Please don't be shy about your autism. Jonathan is now a Smurf because he's blue. Javi, Microsoft article and guidelines, advanced troubleshooting Windows boot problems. That's what this link is. Advanced troubleshooting Windows boot problems. I'm going to right click and go to that tab just to give it. Yeah, I don't want it in that window there. I'm going to pull it out as a separate window. Advanced troubleshooting Windows boot problems. Pre-boot, MBR, PBR, Bootstrap, Windows Boot Manager. So this is showing the process of what is happening when. I knew there was some publication of this. I think I'm going to go study through this offline now with all of you. And there's the BCD edit stuff and boot menu policy, the BIOS phase, the bootloader phase, startup repair tool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to go read through this and get a better handle on this stuff. And fixing BCD errors, replacing boot manager, system, restore system hive. That's the 5 registry hive files that are stored in config, and the backup goes to regback. And I have a thing set in my lab work where I reactivate regback so their registry is automatically backed up every day. On the computers I set up for clients, clean boot. This is awesome. I love this. Javi, thank you for bringing that in. I'm going to keep that window open. Let's get back to the chat room. Yeah, let's see. There's the article. You've been chasing Smurfs and Marty Yoel for $5. Thank you, Marty. And let's see, was that who started us out before the show actually started? There was a donation. I don't think I ever wound up acknowledging.
I think it was Tony.
Yeah, it was Tony, wasn't it? Yeah, and I acknowledge. I acknowledged him in the chat. So I won't go back and find that now. Jonathan, thank you for accepting me as mod. You're welcome. All right, good. Now,
Hello, Doug.
Catherine.
Hello, Doug.
Yes, Catherine.
I'm back. So it was interesting to say the least.
Oh.
Yeah, because when I tried to do the F8 trick on my PC with your keyboard, it gave me an error code of 0x0000E at the end. Yes.
All right.
I was like, okay, that somehow brings me to the point where I would like to go. Yeah, but it's not the intent because you just want to see the menu. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was like a medium fail.
Medium fail.
Yeah, it was a medium fail. It didn't fail completely, but it didn't work either correctly.
There is a tool that I have used, not for this. I haven't tried this specific tweak, but there's a tool called Win Arrow Tweaker, and that you can download, and that is one of the options in there to re-enable the F8 menu. I haven't tested it recently, but it's something that if you want to try it, you can give it a shot.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to go further down that road because I don't, and I don't want to add software in order to accomplish something like that to my clients' computers. So I'll say it's something we miss, being able to press the F8 key to get safe mode. I'm not going to go any further.
And it's something that I am not willing to do for Josh on his computer.
Agreed.
Because I am remotely and I don't want to mess something up in such a fashion that he can't get back to it or has a hard time getting it. Because we've had to restore an image, and believe me when I tell you, we had to restore an image using a Mac flash drive on his aunt's computer, and believe me when I tell you, it is a pain because I have to literally say, show me your mouse and move up, down, left, or right. I can't just say click, browse for an image file or whatever.
Right.
I have to say up, down, left, right. So I want to avoid that kind of stuff as much as possible.
Now I have used Macrium Reflect with when I had some clients get a Windows 11 upgrade without wanting it, and also times when there's been a Windows update that has messed something up. And if the computer can still get into Windows, I can do a restore an image remotely without using a thumb drive, because Macrium Reflect will do that. It'll automatically reboot the computer into the Macrium Reflect, what do they call it? The pre-installation environment, and perform the restore. So I've actually gone back to Windows 10 from Windows 11 because let me finish. Because I had that computer already doing a full image backup nightly. All right, Alex.
I was just going to say, in his aunt's situation, we had talked about it, and he wanted to go ahead. Her computer had Windows 11 on it. He wanted to go ahead and wipe and put Windows 10 on it, but then we couldn't. Then we have an issue of getting her games back. So we talked about it more, and we wanted to go ahead and restore the the image backup of Windows 11 back on there. So I had to walk him through how to boot the flash drive and what to click on in order to be able to get it back to Windows 11.
Right.
All the time while he was pointing the iPad at the screen, and I had to say up, down, and left and right, and that's how that situation went. But apparently we got it.
So does that mean that you had taken the foresight to actually back up the Windows 11 image?
Yes, I did.
Good. That's awesome when you did, because did you say I don't have there's no reason why I want the Windows 11 image. I don't need to back that up, but you did.
We took it. We actually used that same Windows 11 image twice, or a Windows 11 image from her computer twice, because we had erased. Originally, we had erased the Windows 11 that was on there already originally. Put Windows 10 on it, discovered we was having issues with her games or whatever, getting her games back. Put the Windows 11 image back, and a few days later we took another Windows 11 image from that computer, so we could transplant it from her HP computer to put it on his Dell computer so that he could give her his Dell computer and it'd be an upgrade.
Okay.
And
that actually did work.
Good.
Because I know you was talking about wanting to do something like that a while back. You know, take a HP image and put it on a Dell computer, or take a Dell image and put it on an HP computer.
Right.
That actually did.
So that
actually did work.
Yeah.
You just had to go in and take out all the HP drivers and put all the Dell drivers back on there from the Dell website. But once he did that, it did work.
Good. Let me catch this in chat. Let's see, from Chris, what about Windows key plus R? Type msconfig dialog box. Select the boot tab, select safe boot option, click apply. Yeah, that rings a bell of familiarity. Let me try demonstrating that. Msconfig in the run window. Can I drag the run window over here? Oh, I can. So pressing the Windows key and the letter R, you get the run window. So doing msconfig, and that brings up the system configuration screen. And then he's saying go here to this boot tab. And
there should be an option at the bottom that says safe boot and like enable configuration or something.
Yeah. So this I think will just put it into safe boot mode using this mode. So when you restart the computer, you're going to get safe boot mode. It's not like giving you the F8 key where you can choose to do it. So this is only going to work for you if the computer is currently booting to Windows. Because if it's not booting to Windows, you don't get access to msconfig.
The same thing can be said of the shift and restart method as well on the lock screen.
Right, exactly. Although the shift and restart, I have not always found that to get me to safe mode as an option. It'll give me to an option of choices, but safe mode's not there. And I don't know if that's Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro, if it's certain installations, or if there's some other twist of fate where sometimes it seems to be there and sometimes it's not. Now this timeout 30 seconds, I think if you're doing this, it'll give you 30 seconds to make that choice during the boot. And then this would be permanent. So if you don't put a check mark here, this should be a one-time thing. And this would make it permanent. Of course, for instance, why would you want it permanent? Well, you wouldn't want safe mode permanent, but you might, if you're having intermittent trouble stuff, you might want to boot log every time you boot. I've never really found that to get me to a solution, but base video would be what we used to call VGA mode. So it's not installing any video driver. So if a computer
uses the Microsoft Basic Display Adapter, it's called.
Yeah. So if you're having a computer that won't boot all the way into Windows, but it seems to be trying, then you could get into, if you can get into safe mode and then come in here and put this check mark on for base video, that might be a way to get to a solution. But even when we get, let's see, this safe boot over here, it doesn't have base video. So I guess here you'd have to put that on as an option as well. So if you're not going to do safe boot, I don't think you'd ever want to make this permanent for just base video. I guess maybe if you're needing to uninstall the old video drivers that you have. All right, we've probably gone down that road long enough. As Chris is saying, when system configuration pops, I think I already covered that.
Or if you're remote like me, you can always reboot it into safe mode from the option in TeamViewer or LogMeIn.
Yeah, I have that within LogMeIn Rescue too. All right, let's see. We're going on 2 hours, 2.5 hours. How about we wrap this thing up?
Thanks, Doug, for your help.
You're welcome, Josh. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from your computer.
I can get Alex to do my full backup, and we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there you go. And Ken, you haven't spoken up much. You're in a new house.
Yes, we are.
How's that working out?
Really good, thank you. We like it.
Good. Glad to have that ordeal over with.
Yeah, actually we are, and today it was kind of funny. I was playing around on the screen trying to figure out an intro, and I got a text message from the realtor saying, do you have a vet for the chickens? I'm like, no, I don't have any chickens anymore. She didn't catch the humor.
Oh.
And she said, no, I meant your old chickens. I said, no, we didn't have a vet there either. So she gave Lorna her phone number. She called her. I guess one of the chickens was attacked and lost a foot or something. And I'm like, I know this sounds cruel and cold, but not my problem, you know?
No, you're right. You're right.
My answer would have been kill it and eat it.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, we're all settled in. We got most of the pictures hung. I'm negotiating a 40-gallon tank that will actually go. Let me find the right button here. Right there where that 20 gallons at. And it's probably going to be a salt tank.
Oh, all right. Salt water.
Yep. So let me bring me back into the picture here. I seem to be gone.
Well, you're still on a little bit of the corner. You just kind of been just peeking,
also,
not really here.
And also, Ken got a new C922 new webcam too.
All right.
If you notice, his picture is better.
And a USB hub. And I'm going to order a green screen kit.
All right.
And I'm probably going to order a screen deck.
Cool. So did you say is your webcam going through a USB hub?
Yes, it is actually going through the USB hub.
Oh, okay. I think Logitech advises against that.
Mine is also going through a USB hub as well as my Blue Yeti.
If it's working, it's working.
True. If it stops working, I've got plenty of USB ports on the back. It'll fit over there.
Yeah.
So
I think you might come into a problem if you have other USB devices that are cluttering up the traffic through that line, and that the webcam might not be able to keep up with it. So I heard a doorbell. Who came in?
Catherine.
I'm back.
Oh, Catherine came back.
Yeah.
So if I get the Stream Deck, I might get with you and the professor and have you guys help me program it.
Well, I'd like to do that during a video. That's worthy video content. So I just remembering that show. What was it called? Welcome Back, Catherine.
Welcome back, Cotter, baby. And now you're trying to make a bridge over to Welcome Back, Catherine. Well, okay.
All right. Thank you for.
You've been watching my stream way too long now.
Thank you for trying to explain my attempt at humor.
You're welcome.
You're such a Doug.
Yep.
No, he's
Is that an honor?
Ken goes with the clown.
Do I, Catherine?
You're Ken Bosa the clown.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, that's true. I am.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. My clown's a friendly clown, unlike someone's clown that we all know.
Well,
All right.
Okay, I tried the shift restart,
All
and
right.
you know what it did?
What?
Nothing.
Jammed.
So the way let's see, can I demonstrate that? Let's go try this. If I go, well, oh yeah, you could see it here. So my understanding of that is click on the Windows key, then click on the power button, and then highlight restart, hold down the shift key and click restart. But I think you have to keep holding the shift key down to a certain point. I'm not sure how far. But
yeah, I can try it again.
You have to keep it. So I would do just keep holding the shift key.
So Doug, if you get disconnected, are you coming back?
If I get this, I'm not doing that restart. That would have restarted Big Beast build. But I do want to try to fix this headset, the audio, before we sign off. So I got to get the touch phone showing up as a Zoom again. So I just powered it on. And it's connecting. So then I'm going to go over to the Zoom window, and this is actually showing up on video, isn't it? On the YouTube video. Does that menu show up? No, it doesn't show up. You don't get to see that menu, but this brings up the menu for select speaker and select microphone. And Touchphone is showing there as a headset. But it was actually, Alex, wasn't it headphone rather than headset?
Yeah, you want to select headphones and not headset in both Zoom and XSplit.
Okay, actually I was in the microphone section.
Jim?
Hi, Jim.
Am I here just in time for everything to shut down?
Yeah, you are.
Literally, yes, you are.
Okay, hang on, let me try this. So here I do have headphones, touch phone, so I'm going to switch to that. And that should bring the sound through here. If somebody will say something.
Something.
Boom. That worked. That works. So now the audio quality through YouTube should be noticeably better for the Zoom participants. Can you have the clown say something?
Sure. What would you like the clown to say?
Boo.
Darren's window frame lit up when I asked that question. I think it's just because he did a little bit of a laugh.
What bit of laugh?
A little bit of a laugh.
Hello.
Hello, Darren.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye.
Hello.
And then also hello, Jim. So did you actually catch up in the DVR, or did you hear that we were getting close to ending and decide you better pop in?
Well, believe it or not, I just caught up about 30 seconds ago.
You did catch up.
Yeah. Well, I had to do a lot of skipping too because I was trying to get past all the squirrel stuff.
Okay, sure. And I do that. I'll put it on a fast playback speed, and then use the L key on the keyboard to jump forward by 10 seconds at a time, or the right arrow to go 5 seconds at a time. And I guess you could also drag it forward, but I usually just use the keyboard. Let's see. Darren's actually turned his camera on again. Thank you, Darren.
Oh my God.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
Nice to see you. Catherine, are you able to give us a few seconds of your camera on? And Chris, are you able to do a camera for a little bit while we say goodbye? There you are. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Like having your face. Say again.
Hi, Catherine.
Ooh.
Yeah, so when Catherine came on, she swapped places with Gary. And here's Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
So there we've got 8 out of 9 on. And Gary's, I know he's not going to turn his camera on. If he does turn his camera on Sunday, I'm going to faint.
Oh, now you're playing.
Now I'm playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Jonathan
playing with
still-
fire because you might do it. I don't know why you don't turn your camera on. I don't need an explanation. But someday, you, as far as I know, you might decide to turn it on.
Well, I'm not under arrest, but I have been in the paper recently.
Oh, yeah.
Quick question or comment for Jonathan. Being a moderator also allows him to post URLs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. Yeah, that's right, because his original, that address that he posted, I guess he did he do a space or something to get that through? Oh, it just came in as text. And I think they'll, I don't know what, I'm not worried about that. But anyway, yeah, Jonathan, you'll be able to actually post links in the chat room. Thank you for bringing that up, Gary.
And the last question I got to go to. You and Jim probably. Who's used a Hercules graphics card?
Nope.
No.
Hercules.
Hercules, what?
Graphics card.
That's a vague bell, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
Nicknamed the Lotus graphics card.
Lotus graphics card. Is it old? Is that a long time ago?
83.
83. There you go.
Oh yeah, okay. Then that's old because I didn't start building my
Yeah.
first computer until 85. So yeah.
I even heard that before.
Yeah, it's for Lotus 123, so you can have more graphics on your computer or on your monitor. I apologize.
All right. Well, back when I was first building computers at the beginning of my business, they're clone PCs before Windows, and we did have, every computer had a graphics card. I don't think we had integrated graphics.
I wasn't saying integrate. I'm sorry. No, I meant monitor, so you get more on the screen. So your little spreadsheet can go farther out.
Yeah, yeah. Was it actually a higher resolution? Is that what it was providing?
720 by 480 or something. Back of my head. It's better than VGA.
Yeah.
But the card was $1,000 back then.
All right. Yeah. Chris, are you trying to show us a roll of electrical tape?
No, I'm just fidgety today. I'm fidgeting with stuff. I'm just fidgety today.
All right, we're getting a really large view of your electrical tape there. All right, let's go show this URL for Josh's new computer build. So this link, I suppose, is Jim your
That's the live stream. Yes,
your live
that was
stream
the live
of
stream.
you building the computer. So I'm gonna go copy that link address, and then I'll come over to the YouTube. Let's see, it's on one of these. Not that one. Where is the tab that I have?
Here's my pride and joy.
Let's see. There, the live stream studio. Go in here to edit the description, and we'll put in that link. So it was Josh's computer build video, and paste the link. Okay, to see that show up in the description, you would have to refresh your browser. So it won't show up without refreshing your browser. And Jim, and to all those who contributed parts of money towards Josh's build, I say thank you and good on you, and wow, awesome.
Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate for Pepper helping out, and Doug, thank you for going in and putting your software in my computer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Jim needs a sticker that says Jim.
Oh, we're not going there. We're not going there.
Yes, you are.
No. Sorry. So sorry. My ego is not that big that it needs to be stroked.
I didn't quite hear what the stroke was that he's proposing, but I'll accept your declining.
Well, there was debate on my signing the PC like Kerry signs his.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know that. I just did it.
I see.
There was some debate on
Thank
that,
you.
and I was like, no, I'm not.
Thank
I'm
you.
not
Josh
doing
had told me a couple of days ago that he wants a case badge from you, like what a Kerry has.
Yeah, so he's going to make the investment in creating case badges to give one.
No. To quote another clown, Homie the clown, I don't think so. Homie don't say that.
All right. So let's Dan the man, audio's good now. Zavi says the audio's good. So when I switch to this headset, it's good. I don't know why I lost it. See you next time. So it's 20 years. I don't know what that was. Reference to, and then Tony Wallow, $4.99. Thank you for that, Tony. And then if I come back to this live stream window, we've got a total of $14.98 contributed today. And I've told you guys several times that you contribute in lots of ways other than money. So you contribute in whatever way makes sense to you and that you want to do. So let's put this to bed. We're done. Thank you everybody for being here. People in the Zoom session, this is your last moment to say goodbye before I end the Zoom session.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Mazel tov.
Bye. And
There in 5 minutes.
Right.
All right. End meeting for all. 3, 2, 1, 0. Goodbye. And then I'll go over here to which button do I press? This one. It puts up my email address. So if you'd like to request free computer support from me, it can be during a live stream session, or it can be a one-on-one session where you come on to a Zoom session with me with your camera on, and I'll connect remotely to your computer to help with whatever you need help with. And then I'll publish that video later. So the reason why it's free is that you're helping me create interesting content. So if you're interested in that, send an email to this address. If you want to be included in the Google Earth thing that I put at the beginning of a live stream video, you can send an email with your name, your YouTube channel, so we know how you show up in the chat room, and the location that you want to be identified with. When I say identified with, does that imply that you could be claiming to be from some exotic location that you're not really at? Who's gonna do that? We'll see. All right, so I've been saying this last few weeks that I'm hoping to get back into more frequent videos through the week, and that hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen one of these weeks. There's a betting pool. I think that Ken Stout might be hosting a betting pool on which week is it going to be. Is it going to be this week? And then if you're right, you might be winning whatever the pool is offering. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.